Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to another Walking Dead video. So in this one here, I actually wanted to break down the teaser that we got for the Walking Dead Dead City Season 2. I was actually very surprised that we got the teaser the other day. I don't know why, but I was just kind of surprised that they released a teaser for it because, I don't know, we just haven't really been getting a lot of stuff lately, but it makes sense. Like the show is coming out in like less than 2 months now. So like now is the time to sort of, promote the show and everything, right? And yeah, we got this first teaser here. This one focuses a lot on Maggie. So I'm expecting another teaser to come out that will probably promote a lot of stuff for Negan, right? And then I think, maybe another teaser trailer that will promote the trailer or something. I don't know. Like we're very, very close, honestly, to when the trailer is going to come out. I do think it's going to be out like the first day of spring, somewhere around there. So not this week, but maybe the week after that. It could come out this week though. Like that's the thing. It could totally come out this week, but I'm just going based off of, previous spinoffs. It's usually around 40 days. 1 week off is nothing. So again, it could be out this week, but I'm expecting the week after. But again, they're starting to promote the show a lot right now. So yeah, this is very exciting here. So before we go any further, make sure to be a subscriber if you do want to get all my Walking Dead content like this, all of my breakdowns and everything all season long for The Walking Dead Dead City, as well as anything in terms of, for the show The Walking Dead Daryl Dixon, and any update that we get regarding Rick and Michonne, and also other spinoffs as well, because there's been some rumors lately that, we could see Rick and Michonne in a new spinoff, or potentially, I guess in like other spinoffs like Dead City or The Walking Dead Daryl Dixon, because of what Scott Gimple said recently. And also there's some rumors of things filming this summer that's Walking Dead related. That could just be related to Dead City. I have no idea, but again, we'll just have to wait and see. But let's actually get into the trailer here. So this trailer actually begins with a shot that is very, very similar, or at least it looks very similar to a lot of shots that we got in the very final season of The Walking Dead, and also like towards the end of the Whisperer War. And I guess it's because I'm seeing Maggie in the woods, literally, and it looks like they're trying to survive here. And this really reminds me a lot of the Reaper arc, because around that time, they were obviously trying to get back to the Meridian. And yeah, the shots just seem very, very similar here. But I will say it is really interesting because Maggie, she's with a group here, and it almost looks like something is going to happen to the bricks that, I wonder if we're even gonna like really even be at that place anymore. Like season 2 might be the end of the bricks, which, honestly, if they're just going in a different direction in general, where Maggie is going to be a part of a different group, or maybe she's a part of the Commonwealth, or just something else like that, I'm honestly totally okay with that, as long as we get some sort of explanation of like, I guess some of the characters there, if there's any connections to the hilltop or things like that in general. But yeah, if the bricks is gone, and we'll talk about it here as we go through the trailer, but that would be a pretty crazy thing to happen right away. But it could explain why Maggie, is on the road here, and she has a group with her, and it looks like, they're probably going towards New York City at this point here. So we do see a shot here, a shot that we've seen quite a bit here of Radio City Music Hall, and Maggie is saying, "I know what it means to go back to Manhattan." So this is a reference, obviously, to season 1 when she went there, and like, obviously Negan is there. So a lot of this here, in terms of what she is saying, is telling me that something obviously happens to the bricks, or there's a reason why she has to go back to Manhattan. And I don't know why she's there. Obviously we see that Pearlie Armstrong is there, right? Like he went to go and see Maggie at the bricks. And so something's going on with New Babylon. Maybe that's why they lost the place. I'm not entirely sure what's going on there. We'll get into that, but it looks like there's a reason why they have to go to Manhattan. And so her saying, I know what it means to go back to Manhattan, obviously is a reference to the fact that, yeah, she has to go back there for whatever reason, and Negan is going to be there. And so obviously it's going to cause a lot of problems for her in general. But I do imagine, like, in terms of that drama, it's not going to be so much like that. Like, I do think at the very end of season 1, they really got to the point with that where, I don't think Maggie is so affected by having him around as much. It's more just, like she doesn't want to have to deal with that, but it's not like a big part of the story, because I know that some people are kind of, sick of that like issue just being a thing. Maggie is in a place now where she is going to just sort of let go of all of it, but I think that it's going to be different this time because Negan is getting Lucille back, and he has the jacket and everything, right? So that's going to cause a lot of problems, I think, for Maggie just in general, and I'm curious as to like how she's going to respond to seeing him, have the bat again, and just like, all of that stuff there. I think that this is going to be the season here that really brings up a lot of stuff like that. I feel like it's not going to go the way that we're thinking, though. So that's why I feel like Maggie is going to be a lot more like, I guess, okay with Negan being who he is, because maybe it actually helps her out, or like, I don't know where the story is going, but yeah, just a very cool shot here of Maggie. Yeah, I don't know where this is, but it could be connected to the very final shot here, and we'll talk about that, because I really do wonder if variant walkers are going to be a thing here this season. But yeah, we'll get into that in a second here. There's this one shot of a bunch of walkers here. It looks like this is at the bricks just because of Maggie's reaction, and also just sort of the surroundings. It really looks like it's very near the bricks, because I mean, I don't know where else they would be in general. And so it looks like walkers are showing up to this place here, and it's going to be overrun. Like, that seems to be what happens to this place. Like, if we do lose the bricks this season, it seems to be because this place is overrun with walkers. So I'm really interested in that aspect to it. Like, you know, like, why are the walkers there? Were they led there? Was it random? Like, did they just show up out of nowhere? I feel like it's probably not going to be that. It's probably going to be a lot more like this was intentional, right? But yeah, we do see Maggie here with other people from the bricks. We do see Pearlie Armstrong here. And so obviously at some point here, he's going to go and see Maggie. Like, this could be the ending of episode 1 right here, right? Where like he goes back to see Maggie. There's a bunch of drama of this and that. Like, I'm really wondering where they're going to go for that first episode. This could be the second episode, because I feel like in terms of the drama of like leaving the bricks and like all of that, they're not going to do that right away in episode 1. Like, maybe, but I don't know. Like, I think episode 1 is going to end, you know, with Negan getting the bat. I think that that's going to be a big thing where we'll see his return. Like, he is back now, and like, it's going to be really, really cool kind of thing. You know, in terms of Maggie's storyline, obviously they're not going to just ignore her until episode 2. So I think that throughout that episode, maybe stuff like this happens. But again, like, I'm just going based off of like, I mean, it's hard to say, because I'm going based off of the Walking Dead storytelling in general, which is usually slower, but the spinoffs haven't been like that, right? But again, this is going to be 8 episodes, so this is going to be very similar to like The Walking Dead and how they usually tell stories, which is really exciting. This shot here of everyone meeting up here, we see Negan, the Dama, and the Croat, and yeah, I mean, I don't know what's going on here. This is probably episode 2, to be honest, like, just because he has the jacket already and everything. Like, I don't see all this happening in episode 1. This is probably going to be an episode 2 thing, unless they're meeting with Bruegel, though. Like, if they're meeting with Bruegel here in this scene, then this is likely going to be like way later, I think, because I don't think Bruegel, I know he's in the first episode, but after that, I don't think he's in it until episode 4, and then I think he's in it for the rest of the season. But yeah, I think this would be probably unrelated to Bruegel actually being there. And then we see this shot here of Maggie, and it looks like she's in a city environment. So at this point, is she in New York City? I think it's possible. She could be very close here. But yeah, she does see Hershel. She gives Hershel a hug. And again, like, at this point here, was Hershel missing? And so she just found him? Probably not, because I think that would be a spoiler just sort of to reveal in this teaser trailer. But I think maybe something crazy just happened, or maybe Hershel said something and, you know, she kind of felt bad, and so she gave him a hug or something like that. I mean, there's obviously going to be a lot of crazy things happening with Hershel this season. Like, there's going to be that whole darker storyline that, like, I mean, honestly, I'm so excited about. I think that you do need to sort of change things like that for the character. You need to make things a little bit more exciting and whatnot. And I think for Hershel to be going down like a villain arc or something like that would just be really, really amazing. And so, I mean, I don't expect him to be the villain this season or anything like that. I don't even really know if he's ever going to be like a real villain, but like, he might not be on Maggie's side of all this stuff here, and it might get a lot more complex, because maybe he's not necessarily against like what his mother is doing or anything like that, but he just wants things to be this way kind of thing, and so he hopes that Maggie sort of, you know, joins his side. And again, it could be a lot of what Bruegel is doing. Maybe Hershel really wants Negan dead. Like, maybe that's literally all it is, and so he joins Bruegel's side. And so Maggie is like, well, do I have to support what he wants? And so Maggie at that point might have to make a decision of like, yeah, I guess we should probably go against him, right? Because he killed Glenn. But I don't know. I don't know if it's that simple. Like, it's going to be very, very complex in terms of where the characters are going here and how they view the whole situation. And Hershel's going to be a really exciting aspect to it. I think that's what's kind of, you know, really awesome about this, that it's actually going to be really exciting because of Hershel making everything here so much more complex than, you know, it usually is. And yeah, I'm really excited about this here. But let's get into what I really wanted to talk about here, and that is the whole variant walker thing, if that is what is happening here, because we don't see, you know, if this is a variant walker, but it's really insane what is happening here. So we do see Maggie and Hershel here, and it looks like they're running away from something, and Maggie is very, very stressed out. And I will say, like, the show in general, I feel like every season they have to introduce like a different type of walker, right? So maybe this isn't necessarily a variant walker. I mean, it could be. Like, that's the crazy thing about it, is that it actually could be, because the variant walkers that we saw at the very end of The Walking Dead World Beyond, like the post-credit scene, we still haven't seen those walkers yet, right? Like the walkers that we saw that were very aggressive on The Walking Dead Daryl Dixon were a little bit different, because they turned to being that aggressive after they were shot with that serum or whatever, right? And the walkers at the very end of The Walking Dead World Beyond were already turned. Like they turned to a walker and they were already that aggressive. And so when you see this shot here of what's happening to Maggie and Hershel, they're very stressed out and they close this door here. And then you see the door get this really insane dent in it. And I'm just like, what is that about? Like, obviously they were running away from walkers, and something happened here where the walker, I guess, literally ran into the door or made this massive dent. It's either that, or was it like an explosion or something like that? No, it's not going to be an explosion, because if it was that, you would see a lot more just from the door in general. Like, it wouldn't just be like sealed off like that. Because after that, we have this shot here of Maggie in which she's saying it's not over. I believe it's her saying it's not over. And she seems very concerned. Like, she's backing up and she's prepared that, you know, whatever is on the other side of that door could come through right away. So, I mean, again, like, is this a variant walker? Is this the walker from The Walking Dead World Beyond post-credits scene? Like, that's what I'm really curious about, because we don't know where those walkers are at now, right? And like, maybe there was some sort of connection with like The Walking Dead Daryl Dixon and some of the walkers that were there. And obviously, you know, like the scientists were coming from France to America. So it's not like it's that unrealistic. It's either something like that, or this is an entirely new variant walker just in general, which still would be very cool, but you just gotta wonder if they'll try and make some sort of connection there, right? But yeah, we see Maggie here. She's preparing to fight, I guess, whatever this walker is going to be here. Hershel's not here as well. So what's really interesting about this is like, wherever she's at here, I mean, obviously the walkers are just absolutely like insane. Like, whatever walker they're dealing with, this is going to be a really terrifying episode. I've actually heard that, now that I'm thinking about it, I don't know exactly who said it, but there was a reference to like a very terrifying walker or like something like that being introduced or happening this season. So I'm really wondering if that's what we're seeing here. And so this is going to be a really just crazy moment in like whatever episode this is, if this is episode 2, 3, 4, or something like that, 5. I mean, obviously really exciting. I just can't wait to see a lot more from this season. I want to watch this season already. I've been really wanting to watch The Walking Dead for a long time, and there just hasn't been a lot of Walking Dead stuff. You know, obviously in the last couple of months, though, in the last like week or two, there has been a lot more information coming out. So that's been really exciting, right? So yeah, I mean, obviously the next teaser trailer for, I guess, Negan is likely going to be out in the next week or so, because again, I do think that the trailer is very, very close. Like, it's going to be out very soon. They'll probably promote it like the day before and say, oh, the trailer's coming out tomorrow or something like that, right? So it's going to be out very soon. Yeah, when it does, I'll do a breakdown. So definitely make sure to be a subscriber if you want to get all my Walking Dead content like this. But I'm going to leave it here. I think that in terms of promoting The Walking Dead Dead City, things are about to pick up quite a bit. You know, I know that there's a lot of arguments of like how quiet things are, but that's always a thing. I feel like every single year, I almost feel like I know that was a thing with The Walking Dead, like season 10 and season 11. People were complaining about it back then, because even the final season, they were like, oh, it's the final season, but there's not a lot of promotion for the show. Like, I remember there being complaints quite a bit. I think things have just changed where, you know, they don't promote it like 3 or 4 months in advance anymore. It's just, it is like literally 2 months beforehand. Like The Last of Us, like that show's coming out in a month from now, a little over a month from now. They just revealed the trailer like yesterday or the day before, right? Like, that's kind of insane to me. Like, just revealing the trailer for the show a little over a month before the show premieres. Like, that's crazy, but that's kind of what shows are doing now. Like, I think that with Comic-Con it is a little different. There's an exception there because Comic-Con's a big event. Like, if you're going to reveal a trailer at any point, do it at Comic-Con, because like everyone's going to see it. So to me, that makes a lot of sense for the show. But again, I think for The Walking Dead Dead City Season 2, they're going to start to get into this now and start promoting it, because March 9th, the show is coming out in less than 2 months now, right? So yeah, but anyways, I'm going to leave it here. Definitely post all your thoughts down below. Hope you all enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one.